All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Diamond Zone, Monday morning edition. And I want to hope everybody had a great day yesterday, President's Day. Couple of announcements to start off. This pay cycle has been extended until next Tuesday. This pay cycle has been extended until next Tuesday. So very important, guys. Check your volume, see where you are. Obviously, during 2-week pay cycles, it's a great time to rank advance. So that's all based on the activity you have going. You know, just ask yourself, do you have momentum or don't you? If you don't, right, you use this pay cycle to build momentum. Okay, if you do, right, this is where you really want to put pedal to the metal and really do whatever you have to do to rank advance. So that is a great announcement. So pay cycle has been extended another week. Also today, okay, I don't know if you guys could see that. I think you can. Okay, the WBO, the company's WBO 12 and 6. I will be doing both those calls today. So just remember, guys, on Tuesdays, it's always worldgnonline.com, worldgnonline.com. So use that to your advantage to build for those two events today. And as you know, you guys got the calendar. You know, we're very consistent in all the events that we do. And so these are really almost every day during the week. So with that, and I had another question. People say, well, where do the recorded ones live? All the recorded ones that we do now live on my Facebook page. So if you ever want a pre-recorded one, right, there's like 6 to choose from. So you could use those, and if people want the information quickly. So with that, let's get into what we want to talk about today. And, you know, carrying the theme from yesterday, guys, and the theme was just from yesterday was just a couple of things just to recap, right? This is an Earn As You Learn program. You got to remember, when you're out there talking to people and people make a decision to change, right? They don't want to change very much, right? They don't want to go from what they know to something completely different. You got to make change, right? Something that they embrace. And in the beginning, what you want to do is keep them to doing some very, very simple things. That's network marketing, right? As they take the journey, they will start to get all the information they need. The information should be given to people as they need it, right? I'm not going to talk to people and dissect the compensation plan if they've never sponsored a person. Why? Well, because I just need them to know in the beginning, if you do this, you make that. I don't have to dissect and have somebody, right, go through an entire tutorial on the compensation plan. I learned the compensation plan as I put business in the system. Then I learned it real quick. Believe me. Okay, I want to know where every dollar came from. But in the beginning, you see what happens sometimes? Okay, I don't need to know how to troubleshoot my helo if I've never had a problem with my helo, right? I only need to know how to troubleshoot it. I've never picked up a manual with any one of my electronics unless something went wrong, right? They didn't tell me when I bought my brand new big screen TV, please read this manual first before you buy it. They never said that. You know what they said? Here's the on button, press it, and the TV will go on, okay? And here's your channel guide. And that's all I had to know. And if something went wrong, then I had my manual. So understand, these are just the simple things that I want people to know when they get started, right? The big thing we all have to do, as you all know, right, is to put together our plan of attack on a daily basis. But here's what I've learned in doing this a long time. There's certain things where people get stuck. I think people normally get stuck because of fear and doubt, right? They're in their comfort zone, right? All they know is all they know. And a big part of our business is authorship, right? A lot of people who have experience in network marketing, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to submit to the system because you have all these things that maybe have done you well in the past, and it's hard just to commit to the system. But I will tell you, okay, in general, people get stuck at different levels. Okay, and so there's eight pitfalls, and what I'd like everybody to do, and I know a lot of you have seen this training before, but that's okay. You should be at a different part of your journey, right? And so you're going to hear this training a little bit differently. What I'd like you to do is identify if any of these ring true for you. If they do, then we're going to show you how to correct them. If you want them corrected, that's a big part of this, guys. This is transparency. If you want to correct it, I don't like to give all the fluff, right? This is a very simple business, but what's simple to do is simple not to do, as you all know, okay? So when you get involved in the business, right, understand everybody you talk to. This is my mindset. My mindset is this: everybody I talk to has unbelievable potential. I think everybody that commits to Diamond Zone has unbelievable potential, no doubt about it. But potential's overrated, right? It's sort of like in professional sports, right? You know how they have tryouts? Everybody has potential, but what separates? What separates is the consistent action of the individual. That's all. See, this is not about talent. It's about tenacity. This business is not about talent. It's about tenacity. Tenacity comes from action. Because with action, any type of action, let me ask you a question. Don't you agree you're going to get some type of result? With any type of, I don't care if the action that you put forward gave you a result of no. I don't care if it produced someone with venom, right? And they ridiculed you. You got to believe with some type of action, right? You get a result. Well, that's belief. That's belief. Now watch this. Okay, where does belief come from? Belief comes from what? Your understanding of what you're involved in. Now watch, you haven't gotten the results you want to get. In most cases, that's a fact. Okay, so now where's your belief come from? Knowing people have. That's what raised my belief when I first got involved in network marketing. You know what I used to say? If they could do it, I could do it. If they could do it, I could do it. So even though I got no belief, I knew if I committed to a certain system and I did it consistently, I was going to get a result. Question is, how long will you keep doing daily activities to get the result? Most people will commit to a daily activity, this is a fact, for maybe 3 days. A consistent daily activity. Now let me ask you a question. How many people would win a gold medal if their commitment to their routine was 3 days? Did you hear the story last night? I'm watching every night. Okay, I record it, I'll watch it when I go to bed. Okay, do you hear the story? Same song, same moves every day for 7 years. Can you imagine? How many people would commit to doing something every day, let's just say for 1 year, knowing you could become financially independent if you did it? Everybody says, I would. Well, that's belief. If you don't have belief, you got to find someone and you could borrow their belief. And guys, listen, there is an element, okay, to faking it till you make it. There is an element to that. I think belief in the beginning is faking it because you don't have any. Okay, so I got to believe that I'm going to get there. So there is an element to that. Without belief, no one does the daily grind. I believe and I see myself on that podium. Right? And then did you see the Americans last night? Okay, and the ice dancing? All the years for this one moment, and they fell. All the years of the training, and they fell. Now, was that failure? Nope, they got right back up. See, regardless, guys, with belief, you're going to get a result. You got to get a result. I don't care what we need to do to get your belief. Now, some people, because you have two things to offer, are going to lean very heavily on the product. Am I okay with that in the beginning? Guys, whatever you need to do to get your confidence and belief, do it. Just know the results when you do it that way. In other words, don't think you're going to build a multi-level marketing organization if you're just selling BioZen. Do you guys follow me? If you sell a BioZen sticker, okay, here's what happens. You should get excited because you got a result and you made $12. Anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. Just understand you got to match that to your realistic expectations. But I want people to find their groove. You got to find your groove. If finding your groove is getting your confidence is by going out there and just selling product, have at it, everyone. Nothing wrong with that. But eventually you're going to understand what I said to you all yesterday. The more results you get, the less you talk about the product. The more you take on leadership skills, the less you talk about the product. And I know some of you, that's going to go right over your head at this point. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, but some people, you know how they got there? They started with, everybody starts their journey wherever they are. Here's my thing, just start the journey. Who cares? If someone went to a networking event and sold 3 BioZen, are you kidding me? Pop the champagne. Right? Go out dancing. You got a result. And then the next time you go, okay, not only am I going to sell the BioZen, but I'm going to mention that there's a business attached to this product. Woo! That's good too. The next day you get better at it the next day. So what? Sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to sponsor somebody. Great. That's the message. Absolutely. That's not going to change. But sometimes we got to find our groove in this dance. And if you do that and you start to get results, watch what happens to confidence. Then a lot of you won't believe this, but eventually you'll go to these networking events. You won't even bring the product with you. Do you think I need this on my wrist to talk to people about an opportunity? Let me ask you a question. Do you really think so? No. No, I don't need this on my wrist. You guys understanding my message? Find your groove. It doesn't matter. All I know is this, if someone buys BioZen from you, could you not then market the opportunity to them if you got their information? Everybody has their level of confidence, no matter what it is. I just want people getting results. Any result is a good result. Heck, a no is a good result. How's a no a good result? Because you talk to somebody, that's why. We got to stop beating ourselves up. It's all based on, but don't think, if you're at this place in your career with World Global Network, don't put together a business plan to make $10,000 this month. Because it's not going to happen if you're just going out there and selling BioZen stickers. That's all. All I'm saying is have the realistic expectation attached to the activity you've committed to. That's all. And if you want to know a realistic expectation, tell your plugged in upline what your plans are, right? And then they'll share with you what a realistic expectation is. But would it be worth it? If you just went out there and sold product for 3 months and you took 3 months to get your confidence, was it worth it? Of course it is. And that's all I want you to do. And this is what we're building. I spent a hell of a lot of time on that slide, didn't I? Okay, so let me tell you now, right, the main pitfalls in this industry. Okay, these are deadly pitfalls. And this is one of the biggest killers. It's called reinventing the wheel. Right? Here we go. You sat on a presentation. You were brought in by a presentation that simply said, send out a 3-minute video. Understand the message of that. Simple. I can do that. Then, all of a sudden, that same person who got in because of the simplicity of the system starts to add and tweak different things. Pretty soon, the simple system that they got involved with looks completely different. I'm just telling you right now, guys, there's certain things I'm looking at now. I'm going, what company is this? Some of the things that some of the creative distributors out there have done, and I'm looking at it and I go, is this World Global Network? It's their spin to it, right? It's their ego into it. It's whatever it is. It's, you know what? I'm going to make this mine. Listen, the only thing you should be making yours is your personality attached to it. That's it. It's the system. Can you imagine? And you guys know, I'm sick. You're probably sick of my McDonald's analogies, but let's just take franchising. Can you imagine everybody who owned a franchise changed it a little bit? Why do you think you sign, when you buy a franchise, you sign that you're going to follow their system? Because they know it works. There's no reinventing the wheel there. And instead of listening, right, especially people with experience, they think they know everything. I know everything about people. I know everything about what makes a person work. And no matter where I go, as long as my business needs people, that part never changes. And here's what I know about people. They're full of fear and doubt. They don't like change. So it's not about tweaking a welcome letter. It's not tweaking a capture page. It's not that. That's just stuff. And you know what that is? That's just an excuse because you're putting together new schemes and new systems. And a lot of people are wasting time and energy trying to figure out, right, the best capture page, the best welcome letter. You guys, do you really think that makes a difference? Do you really? If you do, you got to trust me. This is not my training. I want you guys to hear me. This is a 60-year-old training, which means how many people have come through network marketing in 60 years? Millions. Why do you think this is number one pitfall? Because most people hit it. Because if I'm over there trying to recreate and tweaking certain things, I'm overcomplicating the business. And if I'm overcomplicating the business, I don't have to talk to people. I don't have to get in front of them because I'm putting together a new system. I'm going out there and I'm doing training webinars 5 days a week. And this way I don't have to talk to people. And this is what happens in a lot of cases. I'm not saying it's you, but I will ask you if this is you. Remove the ego and just identify if you want to take next steps. That's all. Now, I will tell you, most people have this in common who've done well in the beginning. They fell into the system, right? They fell into the system and they followed certain things. And I know you've seen this 1,000 times. See, it says get enrolled. It says get people the information quickly and work with your upline for support. It doesn't say put together your system, right? Overcomplicate the business. It doesn't say that. This is what most people want to avoid, guys. The very thing that you know earns you money. It's out there every day, every minute of every day in front of people. That's the business. You got to know what you're involved in, right? If you think you're gonna, now here's the good news. Okay, the industry has changed a little bit, right? I had to really physically get in front of somebody. Today, you know, we could do it online, a lot of it. And you know, we've trained on this. I think we're out of balance. We should be going back to getting in front of people physically. I believe that. I just think it has to be a balanced program. Bottom line is, no matter how you're reaching people, I don't care if it's cold market, if it's warm market, makes no difference. As long as there's somebody receiving the information, you're doing the right thing. Never beat yourself up about that. Never. You're doing the right thing if you're in contact with people on a daily basis. And all we've tried to do here is give you a simple way of doing it. Is it magical? I wish it was. Man, I wish I had a magic wand and say, you know what, Karen, here's the magic wand, go wave it, and people are gonna just get involved with your business. I'm gonna send you the magic wand, Karen, put in your check, give me your address. You're the chosen one today. You're gonna get the magic wand, I'm gonna overnight it to you. Don't you all wish? I wish. There's no magic wand. The magic wand is what? Me believing that if I do certain things long enough and I improve my skills like in anything, I'm going to get the results. And here's what I love. My results here way outweighs the results I could get working for somebody else. Same skill set. If I put together 12 hours a day here versus 12 hours a day in corporate America, okay, where would I make more money? More money here. Because I'm putting my time into my business. The other side, I'm putting all my time into somebody else's business. That's the bottom line. There's my belief. I know we've made more in a month in network marketing than I used to make in a year working for somebody else. That's all I had to know. Okay, because I was going to build my team of people and I was going to get my percentage off my team. Most of you don't have a team yet. And this is the skill set that you have to get down. Second thing, inconsistency. Another big pitfall. Inconsistency. I'm excited today, tomorrow, not so much. How much money would you make, or how long would you stay employed if you went to work every other day? Can you imagine? I'm tired today, boss. You know what? That President's Day, I drank too much. I'm taking off Tuesday. No. You gotta schedule, right? You gotta schedule. You're consistent. Oh, we got a 2-week pay cycle. I'm excited. There's a new program out there. I'm all for it. No, consistent. People in multi-level, and I understand why, because in the beginning it's the I don't want to say stepchild, okay, but I just did, I guess, right? It's not something you're putting together. It's not something that's really paying your bills, so you're inconsistent with it. It's a hobby. And if that's how you're running your business, that's okay. Okay, just understand what a hobby pays you. All I'm saying is this, and I've said this many times, be consistent in your commitment. So if Karen says to me, Jeff, listen, I'm working full time. My commitment is 2 days a week. Okay, Karen, I got to break it down now. During these 2 days, you say your commitment, what is the number of hours you're committed to on those 2 days? Well, I could give you 2 hours on Tuesday and 2 hours on Thursday. Okay. So I got to be able to show her for those 2 hours, 4 hours a week, what she needs to be doing, right, to improve her business. And based on that, a realistic expectation so she doesn't get out of whack. So I'm not going to put her on a business plan to make $20,000 a month if she's working it 4 hours a week. Real simple. That's all. And now I'm going, now, Karen, be consistent with that schedule. And eventually you'll start replacing, right, 1 day a week. So how much are you earning at your job? Well, I'm making X. I'm making about $300 a day. Okay. So if I got you making $300 a day, that could give you another day off, right? Possibly. So it's just showing people, right? Because a lot of people get involved and they go, okay, I've been doing it now for 90 days. I'm not wealthy yet. This is not working. But they failed to tell you during these 90 days they weren't consistent. And this is a big killer in our business. And the bottom line is most people dabble rather than commit. Now, I'm going to say it again. It's committing to your schedule, not my schedule, your schedule. So how do you do this? I don't do it by sending out a welcome letter. Okay, I sit down and I want to talk to the person I just sponsored. What's your commitment? First of all, why are you doing this? Well, here's why. Okay, what's your commitment level to achieve that why? This is where you get into the nitty-gritty with people. And I got to find out that then if I create enough desire, hopefully they commit to the plan they told you, right? So, but a lot of people, they're excited 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month. I'm telling you, if you get somebody excited for 1 month, you got a good person. Most people, they lose interest. This is why it's so important to stay in touch with people. This is why I try to do this during Diamond Zone. I'm trying to stay in touch. Because you never know when that light bulb goes on for some people. Right? These people who are inconsistent, I just touched on. No consistent schedule or plan. Think about the message you send to your group and people that are watching. We always say this. If everybody did what you did last week, everybody on your team, okay, would you be rich or would you be broke? Okay, now this is where you got to be honest with yourself. This is where it gets tough. Is this you? Maybe you're 1 and 2. Maybe you recreate the wheel and you are inconsistent. Anything wrong with that? The only thing wrong with it if you don't identify it, then nothing changes. But if you're saying to yourself today, you know what, yeah, this is me, then let's change. Let's change. How do I do it? Well, what I have to do is I have to go out there and I have to start over. Okay, here we go. Okay, Jeff, that's me. You know, I've been involved 6 months. That's me. I'm inconsistent. Okay, let's go back. Let's start over. What's your desire? Well, here's why I'm doing this. Here's why I made my decision. Great. What's your level of commitment? Okay, let's clear your calendar for that commitment. Let's put together our 2-week commitment and let's stay consistent for 2 weeks. Let's have that conversation with your family that you've yet to have. Listen, I've made a commitment. These are my financial goals, family. And it's going to take my commitment to achieve these financial goals, like in anything. And just so you know, little Johnny, I might not be at your soccer game. Just so you know, honey, I might not making dinner on Wednesday night. Whatever that is, watch the message it sends to the family. Wow, Karen's serious. Yeah, Karen's serious. Lisa had this conversation with me 25 years ago. Just so you know, on Tuesdays and Saturdays, you're watching the kids. Whoa. Not only are you watching our kids, you're watching everybody else's kids. And that's the truth. I would have the doorbell ring and 5 screaming kids, and all the stay-at-home moms would go to the meeting. But you know what? I might have fought it for a while, but I said, you know what? Lisa's committed. It sent a message. It was a direct message. I'm doing this. That was respect came from that. Okay, does anybody even respect you in this business? Let's get real with each other. Does anybody even respect you? Maybe because that's the message you're sending. But if you have a message and you have a conversation and they watch you consistently do it, different respect level. Got to eliminate your distractions. It sounds horrible, but the distraction for Lisa, our kids were 4 and 1. That was a distraction on Tuesday, so she had to fix that. So Jeff fixed that distraction so she could go to her meeting. Fact. Eliminate all distractions. If you have an existing group, right, because you've been involved 6 months, right, don't let them distract you. Let them also know, okay, I'm recommitting myself because I've done nothing for 6 months. And now I need a fresh list of prospects. Here we go. And I'm going to start sharpening my inviting skills. That's all that this is what we train on. Biggest thing is identifying it. And then making, this is the hard part, pushing through it and doing something about it. It's one thing to identify, yeah, that's me, I'm inconsistent. Diamond zone's over, right back to being inconsistent. Right? Right? That's what happens. Come on, let's be real. Okay, but then maybe there's something that goes, you know what? This is it. They're right. I have to commit. I got to commit to adding new blood because the old blood got you to where you are. And if you're not happy with where you are, you can't beat up the old blood to keep bringing in new people. You got to go get some. Otherwise, you leave your business into the hands of others. I know, we all know. So prepare to not be inconsistent. And then just have your schedule, guys. Here you go. I'm going to dabble rather than, I'm not going to dabble. I'm going to commit to my schedule. Okay, these are just times that you could find during the day. You go to work every day, how long is your commute? There's drive time there. You can make some phone calls. Right, your break time, lunch time, evening hours, weekend hours. This is if you're working. Some of you aren't working. Some of you aren't working. And there's sometimes it's actually, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. Because they know their calendar. They know what they're going to do. They know their commitments. Sometimes we have all the time, and those are the people that really do nothing. And I get it, and there might be reasons why, but you know what? All distractions are equal, guys. All distractions are equal. Some people just, I don't know what it is, but everything just comes through them. Everything wrong comes through them. And I'm going, I don't even know. How do you know this stuff? All distractions are equal. Okay, so that's how you get past inconsistency. And I'm going to say it again, and I'm not senile. I know I repeat myself a lot. Okay, It's identifying it for you, whatever it is. Third, take rejection personally. Anybody hit this one? Are you kidding me? This is just not for me. Everybody tells me no, even my mom. And not only are they being mean, they're venomous. They're trying to steal my dream. It'll emotionally cripple you if you take rejection personally. Let me just tell you the secret to success. No's are the secret to success, not yeses. Everybody's good when you hear a yes. You find out everything about a person when they hit the no. Some people hit a no, they go, I'll show them. And if they use the no as fuel to keep going. Most people use the no as the fuel to quit. Cuts both ways. You start to lose your nerve. You start to doubt yourself. You doubt yourself, you're almost out. Rejection will devastate you, stop you in your tracks. Not if you expect it. I know I'm going to get a yes or a no. I just want to collect yeses or nos. And if I went through my 25 years, I promise you, I have 100 times more no's than yeses. That's us. The best in the world. Michael Jordan, I've missed more shots than I've ever taken. Than I ever made. Ever made. I've missed the game-winning shot way more than I've made the game-winning shot. But I'm willing to take the shot. That's what I love. I'll just keep shooting. Right? I got no conscience. Just give me the ball, I'm shooting. Doesn't matter. Some are going to go in. And even though he shot 40% his whole career, which means he missed 60% of the shots, they still call him the greatest of all time. Isn't that amazing? You want more sports analogies? If I hit 3 out of 10 in professional baseball, I'm going to get a contract for $150 million. If I hit 3 out of 10, I'm going to get a contract for $150 million. That means 70% of the time I am not getting the ball in play. Let that sink in. Over here, we could bat 10%. We could bat 100, 1 out of 10, and we could become financially independent. Problem is, we're not swinging enough. None of us are. We're not swinging enough. You know what our swing is? People. I got to talk. What's the average baseball player go to bat per game? 4 times, averagely. Can you imagine if you went to bat 4 times a day, 4 people a day, and you ran your numbers consistently? And you just ran your numbers and you totaled at the end of the month? I promise you, if you didn't get results, you're going to get results the next month because you're getting better. Right? If you just gave me a bat right now and I've never played any type of organized baseball, I'm going to probably strike out. But if I keep swinging and I keep doing it every day, I promise you in 60 days, I'll probably be getting 1 hit. And if I commit to that program, I'll probably be somewhat of a decent baseball player because I am somewhat athletic. Is this making sense? This is rejection. We take a strikeout as rejection. Right? We take, if I hit a line drive and someone caught it, oh, that didn't work. Let's try a different sport. Really? This is the sport you've chosen. This is a sport. It's called the people business. That's our business. Justify inactivity. This is where people start defending their bad results. All the reasons why it's not working. And God knows we could pick from that bundle. You want to find a reason why it's not working? You don't have to look very far. Okay, just go to Google. You'll find all the reasons why people quit. They're there. So what? Really? Poor planning, bad priorities, and time wasters are really how people become inactive. But you know what? There's a lot of people out there busy being busy. I'm busy being busy. I'm busy. Busy doing what? I can't say it. Okay, putting together. Never mind. Okay, I don't know what you're busy doing. Because if you want your efforts duplicated, you better make sure they're worth duplicating. If you want your efforts duplicated, make sure they're worth duplicating. Okay, are you guys here? So what have I gone through? Recreating the wheel, inconsistency, right? What was the third one? Take rejection personally. You guys, some of you are going, you know what? I'm 4 for 4, Jeff. That's okay. So what? This is where you gotta laugh. It's so powerful if you admit it. That's not a bad thing. And you know what? When you have this conversation with your family or even your existing organization and you just come free with it, it's so releasing. Listen, honey, I've been inconsistent, right? I've recreated the wheel and just let your cards out, but it's changing today. Amazing. Instead of hiding it, right? It's telling people, yeah, so what? It's part of my journey. I'm going to be a really good trainer because I'm going to be able to take people through all the problems they've ever been through because I've hit them all. Duh. That's the best trainer. Where do you think this passion comes from that's coming out of my mouth? Because we've hit these every time, 10,000 times. So what? So how do you justify inactivity? Know what the activity needs to be. And this is a whole training. But these are just some of the activities you got to commit to. We've talked about it. Activity of accountability, putting together your schedule, right? Being familiar with your product. Somewhat. Be careful with this one. Not becoming a product expert, being familiar with the features of your product. Activities I got to commit to. Well, I got to commit to 5 on my left, 5 on my right. Right? That's the structure. 5 team developers left, 5 team developers right. These are the things. When I have fear and doubt, I got to commit to my reading and listening library. Okay, this is a good listening library. Every morning, I'm here. This is here for you. Right? It could be a good book. Right? Think and Grow Rich, Outwitting the Devil. Right? The 7 Daily Habits. All the different things. It's committing to personal development. I got to have my daily activity of showing the plan, talking to people. When I have somebody that is hot, I want to edify and I want to bring in my plugged in upline. Edification. Edification of my leadership. Edification of my products. Edification of my company and the founders. Right? When things aren't going well, one of my activities I should commit to is seeking counseling and mentorship. And then promote the tools and events. So this is how, like I said, this is a full training I'll do, okay? But this is how you overcome this. If people are inactive, it probably means they don't know what to start to do. Well, there you go. These are the things that you need to commit to. And then fill your funnel. Right? This is the biggest thing. If you're recommitting, you got to refill your funnel. contacting, inviting, presenting, right? Making friends with your phone, have your tools ready, one-on-one meetings, set up three-way calls. These are all the things we know, networking events. These are all the things. This is not the purpose of this today. Because a lot of you guys know how to do this. It's just the things that no one wants to do. It's the fact. The very things that earns us money are the things we don't want to do. We just want to manage, I get it, okay, the existing group. Well, hang on, your group is 2 people. Hang on a second. You only got 2. Okay, so what are you going to do? And they're not doing anything. Hang on, let me get my dog out. Go ahead, Lily. It's cold out. All right. These dogs aren't used to it being, 50. They're spoiled. All right. Number 5, listening to the dream stealers. These are part of the people that ridicule you guys. These are the ones, it's amazing. How many of you have dealt with a dream stealer? I don't even have to ask the question. These are people that are out there trying to make you doubt your opportunity. This goes back to all distractions are equal, guys. You're on the web, right? You're on Facebook. You're wondering why this one quit, why that one's not doing it, right? You got people calling. Yeah, then you're talking to your mom and your sister and everybody's telling you it's not going to work. That's tough. You're being tested. You're being tested. Then all of a sudden you have a little disbelief. Whew, you're 30, 60, 90 days away from quitting. They start making you question your beliefs, doubt yourself. But here's what you have to understand normally about a dream stealer. The loudest critics are usually the ones angry and frustrated about their own lives. Has nothing to do with you. Their criticism of you and what you're doing has nothing to do with you and what you're doing. They're speaking to themselves. Because the hardest thing for that dream stealer to do is look within themselves. They rather lash out at you. This is the stuff you start to understand about people. Then you just show empathy. You just smile and you nod. Well, I'm sorry it's not for you. Okay? I'm here. I'm going to achieve my goals. I'm so excited. I thank you for listening, and get the hell away from them quickly. Because they'll bring you down. But just remember what they're really doing. They're talking to themselves is really what they're doing. And so the dream stealers, how do you overcome that? And I'm not going to go through this today, but the way you overcome dream stealers is really going back to your belief on why you did this. And that's the globe, guys. You guys have seen this 1,000 times. Okay, this is it. This is what you all bought into. So how could somebody be a dream stealer? Okay, so this is everything that our opportunity gives you. Number 6, become a crybaby. I forgot I have an 8 o'clock. I have 10 minutes. Okay, become a crybaby. Okay, just ask yourself, is this you? Lots of complaints, emotional demands, always talking about problems. Don't produce, don't take direction, don't commit, don't honor program. It's easy to fall into this one too, especially in this company, guys. I'll be honest with you. First year was not rosy. First year, we all went through a lot. Easy to become a crybaby. Easy to become a crybaby. Hard to persevere through the troubles. Where do you think you make more money? Crying or persevering through? It's always the hardest thing that makes you the most amount of money. Okay, so this, and if you're identifying you, great. If not, is there people in your organization? I had somebody call me from our organization yesterday, and they said, Jeff, listen, okay, and they did it right. They said, I have an issue, okay, and I know I have to go upline, and I'm not a crybaby, and this person's not. But I want you to know where I'm struggling, and we walk that person through it. But you know what a crybaby is? Not only are they crying, but they're telling everybody else. They're poisoning their own organization. This is what makes me nuts. Did you know? Did you see? Did you hear? Gossip. That's the same thing, crybaby gossip. And it's always coming through certain people, all the stuff. Okay, well, just be careful. This is the stuff we have to watch. But if someone is going to hear that stuff and quit, they're going to quit regardless, guys. Ask yourself this, okay, are you solid? If you are, then you know what? Everything else is just the journey. That's all it is. It's just the journey. And I know I'm going to have some of this. So if you want to vent, you vent up. You never vent cross-line or downline. You want to destroy your organization, talk to your downline about all the problems. And you don't talk over here. You know what that means? These are people that that are not in your organization. They're in world, but they're not in your organization. You talk up. But also, if you're going to talk up and have an issue, come to the table with maybe a solution of what you think could solve that problem. That's all. So don't become a crybaby. Okay, that's a pitfall in our business. Number 7, fearful of wrong things. Fear of failure, big one. Fear of change, fear of the unknown. Fear of what others think. Fearful of the wrong things will make you settle for less. Right? You know what? This is a little bit too hard. Right? Changing is difficult. And you guys understand, you make all the money in the uns, the unknown, the unbelievable. That's where you make all the money. And the day you stop caring what other people think is the day you're on your way to becoming wealthy. It's really, that's what it is. I don't care, Karen. I don't care what you think. I know what I think. I'm just using Karen as an example. Well, Jeff, you know those things don't work. You know, I know lots of people. I could line up these calls, and they'll tell you it doesn't work. And I don't think technology is going to work. Well, Karen, I appreciate that. I appreciate you, but I really don't care what you think. I know what I think, and I know what I believe. And whether Karen gets involved with me or not, she's going to know one thing: I believe. And she did not enter into my psyche. I don't care. You have to believe in what you think. Everybody's selling something. You know what most people sell? Disbelief in anything that they do. It's easier to be negative than positive, is it not? It's so easy to tell everybody what's wrong. What do you think the news is about? And look how many people, right? They just gravitate. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Then you got somebody that's motivated, and people go, "What's wrong with him? Why is he happy?" Because it's so rare. Why are you smiling? That's weird. Why are you always smiling? Do you ever hear that? We've heard that. Why are you guys always so happy? Because it's so unusual. Go to a party, right? Go to a restaurant. Who stands out the most? The person talking with their hands, and they're happy and are jovial. Right? Most people sit there. They don't even talk. Now with this device, no one talks. And all of a sudden, you're the spark, and I'll go, what's going on with that person? And all the attention goes to you. Why? You know why? Because most people just go through this journey. So I don't care what other people think. They don't know what I know. They don't know what I know. If they knew what I knew, they would be doing what I'm doing. What's my job? To get them to know what I know, so they could possibly do what I do. Knowing most won't take the journey, but I'm not looking for most. Do you guys get this? I'm not looking for most. Most people are not on this call in my organization. Not looking for them. I'm looking for the ones that are on the call. Most people will start and quit. I'm not looking for most. Most people will fall into one of the different pitfalls I just went over with you, and they'll quit. No, I'm looking for the person that hits the pitfall and keeps going. That's who I'm looking for. I'm looking for the one that identifies it and goes, this is me, damn it, and I'm going to fix it. That's who I want. Not the one that says, this is too hard. Great, then go back to the job. This isn't for everybody. I don't know how much clearer I could be. But I will tell you, when you come clean with yourself first and then others, different respect factor. And last one, premature full-time. Get a lot of people that want this so bad, they quit their job and they're going to go, I'm going to put every effort into this. Be careful. Let me just make this one easy. If you're even thinking about this, you need to contact me. I just gave you all permission. If you're actually thinking about going full-time, contact me first so I can walk you through some of the pitfalls to make sure you're making the right decision. Because there's pressure, because you're losing your previous income. And you're losing daily contact with the very people, right, that you surround yourself every day with. Just be careful with this one. And if, like I said, if this is not something that I don't think a lot of people are in right now, but if you are thinking about it, contact me. I can help you through this one. So these are your pitfalls, guys. So all I'll say as I close this up, because I got to get on another call here, is identify for yourself, and I showed you how to walk yourself through, right, some of the problems you may be encountering. So appreciate all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See you at 12 and 6. If you have people, I'll be doing both those calls today. Thanks, guys. This has been recorded.